What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk to you guys about Paco Rabanne Pour Homme EDT. This guy right here. This is one of my favorite aromatic fougères ever made. It doesn't beat out Bracken Man. It doesn't beat out Bourgeois. Doesn't really beat out Davidoff Zino or any of those, or like Bogart signature or anything like that. But I love this stuff. I love this stuff. I have a lot of memories attached to this. I used to own a smaller bottle. I have a mini of this, the vintage mini. I have a vintage mini. I also have the aftershave. This is a 200 ml or 6.7 fluid ounce aftershave. I haven't used the aftershave because I don't shave, and every time I do shave, people tell me that I look like Brittany Griner, which I do. I do look like Brittany Griner, all right? But I don't be going to Russia with weed or nothing like that. So this, the big bottle, it doesn't look like there's a lot in here, but there is. It's 400 milliliters, guys, or 13.5 fluid ounces. Where did I find this? I found this on Mercari for a great deal. I think the sellers, or the seller, didn't know what he had, and he just like put it on there for 25 bucks. I snapped it up real quick. So what I've been doing, because these are both splash bottles, so there is no sprayer in them. So what I've been doing with this guy right here is, if I can take the top off without splashing it all over myself, there's a little, like a blotter thing. So you put this in your hands, you spread it around. The reason why I don't do that is because I tried to do that and I dumped a whole bunch out on myself. I did smell very good, but it was just too much. So I was like, you know what, let me go get the pipette. Let me put it into a little 10 ml decant thing. And so I've refilled this thing a couple times, but I use this to spray this on. I am wearing this one as my scent of the day today. So I don't really have to spray this on just to get the top, because I mean, I'll talk about that in just a second. But I absolutely love this stuff, guys. Let me just read the notes real quick. Then we'll continue to talk about this amazing fragrance. So, Paco Rabanne Pour Homme EDT. This one was released in 1973, guys. So, let's take a break real quick. So, it is 2024 now. This was released in 1973. So, if I do my math correct, because it's October 1st, 2024, today, it's about 51 years old, guys. This fragrance is 51 years old, and it is still in production. You can still buy this today, all right? So let me just put that out there. It's some great stuff. This is a aromatic fougère. That's what it's classified as. They marketed this toward men, and this is a very masculine fragrance, all right? Point blank, period. The top notes are rosemary, clary sage, and Brazilian rosewood. The mid notes are lavender, geranium, and tonka bean. And the base notes are oak moss, honey, musk, amber, and tobacco. So let's talk about it. This fragrance, Paco Rabanne Pour Homme, this fragrance is kind of in the same vein as, what's that fragrance called? Bogart Signature. So if any of you guys have tried Bogart Signature, and you've never tried Paco Rabanne Pour Homme, you're kind of smelling the same thing, except in my opinion, Bogart Signature is more woody, it's more smoky, it's kind of, there's like a pickled smell to Bogart Signature. I think Bogart Signature isn't as fresh. It's not as aromatic, and I think it works best in the winter. I think Paco Rabanne Pour Homme is very aromatic. It's very fresh. It's very uplifting. It's very green, and it works really, really great in spring and in the summer, and pretty much fall and winter. This is a fragrance that you can wear all year round. But I love this stuff so much because it gives me this. Well, number one, I love fougères. So that is my category of fragrance. If you had to ask me what category of fragrance or what genre of fragrance I would have to wear for the rest of my life, it would be aromatic fougères, or just fougères in general. So what you get with this is green, it's piney. It has this freshness to it. The aromatics come from all of the herbs that are in here, just like the the rosemary, the clary sage. There's a big old dose of oak moss, which smells absolutely amazing. And I've heard from other reviewers and just reading online, the vintage bottles actually came with real oak moss in it. And I'm not too sure what I have here. I don't know if this is a new style or if it is an older bottle. There's so many versions, guys. First edition, second edition, third, fourth, whatever edition. So I'm not too sure what the year is on those. But what I can tell you is the oak moss it's phenomenal. So if you're a fan of oak moss, you like, sometimes oak moss can come off as bitter, or it can come off as buttery. Just depends on the fragrance and where it's made and what, the where they sourced it all and stuff like that. But I just, going back to the Paco Rabanne, I'm not too sure if this is the real oak moss or if it's the real oak moss, but not in that quantity, right? So I get a lot of green. It's very fresh. It's very clean. It's got the aromatic quality that I love. It is very soapy. This is a very, very soapy fragrance, and it dries down to a honeyed tobacco with a very it's like and when I say honey tobacco, it doesn't get sweet. I want to just preface, just let you guys know right now. So it never gets sweet, but there is this honey tobacco smell in the very dry down. I got the dry down, on my shirt, but it still retains that soapy feel, that soapy note, or whatever is causing the soapiness in this fragrance. It still retains that. So in the far dry down, you're getting the soapiness, the cleanness with the honey tobacco, and that's it. This fragrance doesn't really, it's not complex at all. It's pretty straightforward. It's pretty simple concept here. What you spray when you first put it on your skin or on your clothes, that's pretty much what you're going to get in the late dry down, except that the honey and the tobacco are more pronounced. It is also very the musk in here is prominent, of course, too. So you have soapiness, muskiness with those the green aromatics, and that's pretty much it. I could stop and end this review right now and be like, that's it. But I want to keep going, guys. I want to tell you guys why I have memories with this. This was pre-COVID. I think this was like 2018, maybe 2017 when I first discovered this fragrance. And I didn't really start wearing a whole bunch of it until I think it was like 2019 or 2020, right when COVID was starting to work its way into the United States. And so everything had shut down. And I remember at the time I was going back and forth from California, like Los Angeles. It was Los Angeles, San Francisco, and there's another Los Angeles, San Francisco, and then there's another place. I forget, because of course I forget when I film a video. But I just remember staying at hotels because the booking agency, they would book. We have to drive down there because I lived in Vegas at the time, and we had to drive down there 4 hours, and we'd stay in a hotel. But the soap that we used to wash ourselves or to wash our hands during that time, it was just that smell. It just reminds me of a very luxurious bar soap, and that is the soapy quality that I get, or the soapy facet or soapy note that really reminds me of staying at those hotels, walking around San Francisco, walking around LA, when at the time, parking was free. You could park on the side of the street. You didn't have to pay for parking. And it was just a weird time where you know, there's no cars on the road. There's nobody really out and about. It was very quiet. Just something that you don't get to experience that often, and especially when you go down to like a very congested, very tight, busy city like San Francisco or Los Angeles. You just never get to experience that at all, and so that's kind of what this reminds me of. Paco Rabanne pour homme, that takes me back to that time. It was very good times back then. Just, you know, I was at a different stage of my life, and it just, you know, it's funny that fragrances can kind of do that for you. But that's what Paco Rabanne pour homme does to me. That's what it does for me. You know, it just does something for me, and that's why I love to wear it. Now, a lot of people say that Paco Rabanne pour homme, it smells dated. It smells like an old man. They are correct in some aspects to that. You know, my wife, she tells me that I smell like an old man every time I wear this. Like I smell like a sugar daddy or something. And, you know, I always tell her, like, hey, like, I'm your sugar daddy. But you know, for all the guys out there, you know, that have never tried Paco Rabanne pour homme, especially younger guys like myself. You know, I'm only 28 years old, guys, and I was rocking this when I was like 22, 23 years old. I think you can wear this. I think it's not that bad. You know, especially nowadays where the fragrance market is so flooded with sweet this and sweet that, and, you know, clubbing fragrance this and clubbing fragrance that. Paco Rabanne pour homme, this is not a clubbing fragrance. This is not something that everybody is gonna enjoy. You know, not all of the ladies are gonna just love to go crazy, you know, over this stuff. It's not about that, you know. It's about if you like it. But if you want to smell masculine, if you want to take a trip back down memory lane, or in my case, it's memory lane every time I wear this, or if you want to place yourself back in the 70s, and you kind of want to get an idea of what people were smelling like, especially men, try it. Go get a sample. Go to Macy's, Sephora, wherever they have samples where you can try this stuff, and just try it. You know, I think it's just an excellent classic fougere. It's kind of like, you know, Zino. He's kind of like in the ballpark of, like I said before, Bogart signature. You know, Davidoff Zino. You got Polo Green, or the original Polo by Ralph Lauren. Masculin Pluriel by Maison Francis Kurkdjian. Those, you know, lavender kind of heavy fragrances, but dry down to something more classic or retro. Paco Rabanne is something that you need to try if, you know, you're interested. So before I ramble on any further, I just want to say thank you so much for watching the video, guys. That is my full review of Paco Rabanne pour homme EDT. So yeah, guys, I'll catch you guys in another video hopefully soon. But yeah, you know, stay safe out there. Remember, you can do anything you put your mind to, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya.